Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I hope everybody is doing well. So we are going to be playing some Orwell 2 today. I hope y'all are all excited for this. It's been a couple of weeks since we've played this one. And I am excited to see what we have in store for us. So I'm going to do a quick intro and then we will go ahead and hop in. So here we go. Greetings, friends, and welcome to Enigma Night Gaming. My name is Liara, and I will be your guide in today's adventure. Today, we're playing Orwell 2, Ignorance is Strength. Now, on day 1, I wouldn't say we did too well. We got someone killed. And what is day 2 going to hold in store for us? Well, without further ado, let's hop into the game. Oh boy. So, that is exactly right. We ended up getting somebody killed on day 1. It was awesome. It was their spy. So that was amazing, of course. So we will go ahead and see if we can do a little bit better, hopefully. Like that would be good. Hopefully no one will die today. Logging in. Okay, so this is a bit of a review about what we had learned on day 1. So our agent, it was the agent of the nation, right, had gone missing, Oleg Bakay, and we got this mysterious phone call from Raven Vart. Now, what I was thinking was going on was that maybe Oleg was playing the double agent. Maybe he was actually working for Prava or Pargesian or wherever it was, Pargesia, I think. I forget how you pronounce it. They pronounced it in the phone call. I think it might have a hard G. I forget. Anyways, but so we were trying to be very careful about what data we pulled in, but it didn't matter. He still ended up getting shot because he was actually in the hideout where we thought he would be, but I don't know. Now I'm not so sure about his intentions because immediately Raban started using it as like for political gain or whatever, or maybe personal gain for his newsletter. I don't know. It's just the timing is really suspicious. So let's go ahead and check out what the next day holds in store. Episode 2, Antithesis. Oh boy. Should be interesting. Welcome back, Agent. We have a little bit of cleanup to do today, haven't we? Yeah, you could say that. There's a massive fallout due to our little intervention. The National Beholder is met with public distrust, and by extension, so is the government. I imagine that. Our unorthodox approach to solve the situation has been met with scrutiny. It has sparked hateful discourse between citizens of Pargis and the nation. President Gassart has urged Prime Minister Blaine to clarify the circumstances of what exactly happened. Blaine is planning to travel to Triflith tomorrow. We'll leave politics to them. Instead, let's make sure our favorite journalist, Raban Vart, doesn't interfere. So see what he's up to. Okay, so we need to follow up on that. Man, we got a lot of headlines to check out on. Okay, let's see. Connection between bot and bombings evident. Have we read this one? Let's see. Attacks against Stelligan University and Botan and Freedom Plaza are connected, experts conclude. So this was from the first Orwell game. The bombing that occurred yesterday at Stelligan University seems to be connected to the attack against the Freedom Plaza earlier this week. This is the conclusion of the police division, who is investigating the cases. In both assaults, a similar explosive device created with pure malevolence appeared to have been used. Police spokesperson Steele said the letters received prior to the assaults seemed to support this suspicion, while their meaning is still puzzling investigators. According to rumors, people have been theorizing the number of stanzas might represent the number of bombings, which in turn raises the question whether there might be another bombing yet to occur. We understand that some people jump to this conclusion, but there is no good reason to believe this. Steele answered when confronted with this theory during a press conference. Meanwhile, Stelligan University has declared that normal operation cannot continue under the circumstances, so they will be closing their doors for the time being. The university has also put up a special front page to pay their respects to the assault victims. See the above image. So we actually have seen this in the previous game. I suppose that makes sense. It's interesting. It's like we read some of these articles in the first game and they didn't make any sense. I guess because maybe they were intended for this game, perhaps. Let's see. Timelines and Rosen announced cooperation. The Davenport siblings, owners of the biggest social network Timelines, announced major cooperation with software giant Rosen Technologies. It's a big deal. The internet billionaire siblings Ada and Alan Davenport, creators and owners of the most important online social network Timelines, located in Hillbury, are starting a major cooperation with the bot software giant Rosen Technologies. This has been announced in a press statement given out on Friday by the PR departments of both companies simultaneously. By utilizing the existing infrastructure and software development capacities of Rosentech, Timelines will be able to respond to the needs and requirements of the quickly changing digital world in real time. Timelines executive Ada Davenport is quoted, "Our growing user base will profit from this by significantly reduced downtimes, tightened security, and a sped up integration of new features," she continued. Okay, what else? Heavy rainstorms expected for the weekend. We're going to read the weather. Boynton and Fairview, as well as large parts of the western nation, will be covered in heavy rain clouds culminating on Sunday. If you had any plans for the weekend involving the outdoors in Boynton or Fairview, you'd best forget about them. There is a massive low-pressure system incoming, bringing with it storm clouds and rain to the nation's west. So this could potentially be important if if we find out something about Raban's plans. Sunday morning will be hit the hardest until late afternoon, so make sure you pack your umbrella if you need to go outside, lest you become a sopping mess. There is a literal silver lining on the horizon, however. Over the coming week, the cloud will move on, and temperatures will stabilize to comfy levels. After a long, harsh winter, spring will finally win the upper hand. Okay, so that's all the news for today. Let's see what else we got. The People's Voice has an article, I assume. The silence of the government's media lambs. Oh boy, not a word from the TMB about the latest scandal. I mean, that's true. There was not a single article in it about this. The National Beholder is not saying a word about the biggest government corruption scandal in recent times. White lies, no matter how small, are still lies. The news that you read every day is selected, with editors wielding the power of what is disclosed and what is deliberately hidden from the public eye. This corruption of the mainstream media says a lot about the power of the nation's government and their intentions. I am, of course, referring to the fact that the nation's agents murdered an officer in the Kyrgyzstan army, Oleg Bakay. To cover their tracks, they started to spread disparaging reports that I, the editor of this publication, was responsible for inciting his disappearance, which we don't know that one way or the other yet, to be honest. Bakay's disappearance and the cover story that I was to blame surely would have been two juicy scandals that mainstream media would love to have reported on. However, the National Beholder did no such thing. There was no report on the murder of an important figure of Kyrgyz, nor was there a report of my supposed involvement. Getting facts wrong is very much in line with what we're used to by the TMB's reporting. Yet we are utterly disappointed about this new level of ignorance. Sadly, it shows once more how these lambs follow the instructions of the national government without questioning or showing responsibility for their duty to report the truth to the public. I mean, but you said things that are twisted with your opinion, so I hereby present you actual proof for this. So this is what we had. We played the podcast, right? This was what happened at the end of the last episode, where it's just so suspicious because it feels like he's inciting a mob using Oleg's death as like a catalyst. Okay, we have something on Blabber. Let's see. Why is TMB Newsroom staying silent about the latest government scandal? We've read that, right? Okay. This betrayal by our government will not go unpunished. People's Voice will fight back against our so-called President Kassart. Promise his followers to attack Kassart today. Okay. National government, Blaine is a murderer and a liar. We need to stop him. Blame on Blaine. The national government are liars and traitors to their people. And we have proof. I mean, I'm gonna wait, but I think that's maybe too. It doesn't say, so that's the thing. Promise his followers to attack Kassart today. It doesn't say anything about attacking today. So that's really suspicious. Administration log. What do we have? Verified profile. We've already got that, right? Cleared cache. Drafts. There are no pending articles to draft. Okay. So, I don't know. That's not a data chunk that we can drag. Well, that might be the only thing we can drag right now. Let's check listener and insider. Okay, so everything's offline. And we can't, I don't know what influencer is, so I think we're gonna have to drag this. This is the only data chunk we can do anything with. Who would have thought Raban wouldn't be satisfied with what he has achieved yesterday? I take it you will be most pleased to assist him with not being able to keep this promise? But to do that, we'll need to find out exactly what exactly this attack comprises first. Raban is calling Ilya Vart. Let's tune in. It's also with Karen. Okay, let's see what the call is about.
Raban, what time is it?
Time to wake up, brother.
Hey, what is it?
Karen?
Ilya? Why a conference call? What's going on?
My love, my brother. I called early so I could warn you both.
Warn us. What about?
You both are aware of the storm yesterday's announcement has created.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was hardly a way around it with social media. I still don't quite get how you pulled that off. These photos, how did you get them? Were the shelter's cameras still working? Is this why you kept that old notebook?
Don't rack your brains over it. I only did the necessary thing to expose the lies of the national beholder.
It feels more
now,
like a trap.
with the world seeing the beholder for what it really is, and finally shifting their attention to the people's voice, I'm ready to take the next step. This evening, I will send out a provocation against President Puppet. Narcissistic and self-centered as he is, he won't be able to ignore it.
Raban, honey, what are you getting yourself into? You don't have to do this.
I'm not getting myself into anything. I've always been right at the center of it.
What is this going to achieve? What do you want?
What do I want? What do I want?
What do you
I want my country back. I called to warn you about the consequences. The people's voice will gain even more attention, and it won't only be from our followers. The nation's government, Kassart's close allies, nationalists and patriots, they will all try to hurt me, find an excuse to arrest and extradite me, but I won't give them any reason to. And you won't either.
Of course not.
Leave us
That
out of your
almost
plans,
sounds
Raban.
like a
We want
threat.
nothing to do with them.
Don't you understand? It's not my choice. They are not giving me an option.
There's always a choice.
Karen seems a bit
not
reasonable.
always. I'm relying on you both. If there is any weakness between us, they will find it, and they will exploit it. You are the only people that I trust. The only people that matter to me. I've got work to do now. Goodbye.
Karen, are you...
Oh, they're still
Are you-
talking?
Yeah, I'm... I can't. Let's not talk now, please.
Okay, in case you do want to talk, though, you know...
I do. Bye, Ilya.
Bye.
Talk about what? Okay. So we got 2 data chunks there. Warned Ilya Vart and Karen Vart there may be consequences for them caused by his actions, yeah. This evening I will send out a provocation against President Puppet. Is aiming to provoke his arrest via an article scheduled for Friday evening. Let's drag both of these over. Vart will without a doubt find a way to provoke Kassart. The Pargesian president isn't exactly known for his mild temperament, but if we kick down Vart's door and arrest him, Kassart will insist he is extradited, entailing an outrage by his followers. Either outcome could cause this delicate powder keg we're sitting on to explode, which is exactly what Vart wants. No, we need to be smart, vigilant, tough. We need a more subtle approach. Is there anything else worth mentioning? Yes. So he mentioned this. So let's share that. Aha. The hypocrisy. If Raban is so worried about his wife and brother, why is he willfully putting them in danger in the first place? It makes me wonder whether Ilya and Karen have something worth digging up. Since we can't attack Vart directly, we're going to go after the people he cares about the most, Karen and Ilya. I want you to dive deep into their lives and dig up any dirt you can find. Anything illegal or reprehensible we can use against them. I will turn both Ilya and Karen into target persons. You, Agent, are now fully in charge of how to approach this. Investigate at your own discretion. I'd suggest deciding for one of them and pursue which seems promising to you. But the choice is up to you. I won't hold your hand. No matter what, keep in mind that Vart has planned his provocation for the evening. Get me something useful before he can put it out there. Okay, so it's 8:30 a.m. right now. So we're gonna have to figure out how we can, what we can share before then. Okay, so Insider, his computer is turned on now. That still disturbs me, his little Freedom Plaza to do. Alright, what else do we have? Anything new in your browser history? Nothing new, it doesn't look like. Anything new in your trash? A token of my appreciation for your blog. That's from his fan, David Johns. And then we have all of the pictures, right? Alright. I don't know if that is important. We did have an ID, though. Maybe now, yeah, the administration log, maybe now we can drag it over. Exactly. Now that, oops, not Karen. Now that Ilya and Karen are target persons, we can check out his computer. Alright, let's see what we've got. He just had a new history. What did you look up? Dimjan Kassart, Dirty Secrets. Okay. Yeah, you're just digging up dirt there, Raban. Let's check out Ilya's desktop. Oh, it's offline? Can we not see it? Interesting. Well, it's there, I guess, whenever he turns it on. Let's see what else we've got. Okay, so we can see them here. Also, what's new on the homepage? Was there something new here? Oh, I see, I see. We could add that. I don't think that's important right now. We can drag his photo over. I think that's good. That doesn't take too much time. We still have the fact that he's the editor, but I want to check out the timelines first. Let's go ahead and drag over Karen's photo as well. Okay. Karen Levine Vart. That could lead to something. The fact that that's her maiden name. Let's drag that over. That could be useful. Levine, like Elizabeth Levine, the politician. I mean, that made me wonder if it couldn't be connected somewhere. So we do have this information, but I don't know how important it is. She likes yoga garden, rehab counseling, the soup kitchen, Good Spirits Tea House. My thoughts and prayers go out to the families of the victims. The horrible explosion destroys the Freedom Memorial. Explosion destroys the Freedom Memorial in Botan. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Okay, so we read that one before. I just don't get it. How can anyone sacrifice the lives of innocent people just because they disagree with some laws? Yeah, can you talk to Raban for me, please, Eugene? See, Steven Sanchez says, you must admit, though, that the safety bill is pretty messed up. Eugene says, granted, the safety bill was a mistake, but the government also does a lot of great work. The Pargas peacekeeping mission, for example, has calmed the situation there quite a bit. Anna Malova, I agree, and I'm saying this as a Pargesian citizen. Okay, well, that's good. Karen says, having a lovely time at Botan City Park. I organized this get-together specifically for the refugees and a National Army veteran I am counseling who courageously rejected the war and left the Army. I wonder if that was... Could that have been, our spy guy? I wonder. They're getting along very well with each other. We invite you to join, eat, talk, and laugh together. Everyone's welcome. I might drag that over. I want to keep looking. Scott Brown says, love your effort, but I don't think it's a good idea to post this much photos everywhere since you've been on that hologram page. I heard it's not that secure. Hologram, huh? Rita Graham says, really would have loved to join you. Have fun. Marsali Horton, thanks so much for organizing this, Karen. You're a true gem, and I loved working with you on this truly unique event. Steven Sanchez again says, dear Karen, I cannot thank you enough for what you did for me and my family. Thank you for all your help and being such a wonderful person. Karen Levine, it was my pleasure. I wish you and your family all the best. Maybe he was the veteran? I don't know. Let's see. She says, helping out at Botan reception camp today. Things can be very difficult for refugees, and I know that it's not easy to speak up. If you have any problems you would like to talk about, don't hesitate to drop me a line. Susan Downing, Karen, you're such an angel. Your work is important and great. Rita Graham, keep up the great work. Anna Malova, thank you for always being there for us, Karen. So it's full of positive, comments. It'd be difficult to find something negative there. Let's check out Ilya's. Captain of the Starship USS Voyager. I don't think so. We have his birthday. He's interested in gaming, geocaching, writing, retro sci-fi, trains, robot dinosaurs, fantasy novels. So looking at my bank today, I got myself the cash to quit my Watergate job soon. Then it'll finally be goodbye Bonton. Employee at Watergate Pharma? Really? Okay. Maybe. That could be useful. Let's see. I wonder whether his brother is aware of these intentions. We found a related document. That's good. Far more interesting to us is how he made enough money to start over. He could just be bluffing, but it might be worthwhile checking out. I suggest you follow the money. Of course. Chester Fernandez. Mate, how could you do this to me? You were the only good person here. I must admit I'm a bit jealous, but I'm also really happy for you. Let's see. Dimka Falak. Wow, didn't see that coming. Good for you, Ilya. Congrats. Jelana Korak. Oh no, Ilya. Sad to see you go. Mero Slekiv. Aren't you chronically broke? So yeah, where did the money come from, I wonder? What did Ilya say about this bombing? This is terrible. How can anyone be so stupid to think this will change anything? It's a shame that this iconic monument is now gone. So, Karen was concerned about the people. He's concerned about the monument? Miro says, are you kidding me, Ilya? This is clearly Blaine's fault. Driving all the attention to the perpetrator is just distracting people from the real problem, that the government of the nation is corrupt. Jelana says, everyone knows this is fabricated. I think it's likely that this was done by the government itself. It's all a big lie. Daniel Savek, I can't believe you're spreading this fake propaganda. Elia says, LOL, I guess Sumishi Aran will never finish 100 Grey Shadows. Just read the latest blabber bashing between Avon and McDeal, the worst couple ever. We read that in the last game. Miro says, why are you posting this? It's just some crap that the media outlet uses to distract you from the really important issues. Dimka, didn't realize you were into those romantic movies. Are you going to watch it at the theater? Ilya, well, if they ever release it, but nah, it would be weird to go see a movie like that by myself. As you know, since I'm still single, no chance. We finally need to hold these people who are truly accountable for the mess that our country is in. Blaine. Our government is corrupt, and that's a fact. They have done nothing good for us or our people so far. Mira said, couldn't agree more. The government needs to be changed. Ilya, people of Pargas, please try to stay safe. My thoughts are with you. Mira, I can't believe this happened again. So that was 2016. What happened in 2016, I wonder? Alright, is his computer on? I don't know. I think he keeps turning it on and then turning it off, maybe? I'm not sure. Employee, oh, we got a draft going on. Cassart is a liar. So this is the pending article draft. Cassart is not who he appears to be. Our president, Cassart, is nothing but a hypocrite. He is the one who incites conflicts. He never solves them. This whole mess our country is in is his fault. Plus, he looks like his hair has been tumble-dried too hot and then dragged through a puddle of horse diarrhea. Oh boy, I can't really write that. Yeah, what is you? Oh my goodness, they are like personal attacks. Seriously? All right, Watergate Pharmaceuticals. Let's see. You're a lab assistant worker. We will drag your phone over because that could be useful. We'll only catch calls from there whenever Ilya is at work. I mean, that's true. Ilya joined the lab assistance team at Watergate Pharmaceuticals in early June 2013 after leaving the outer Bonton reception camp he had been assigned to. He is a reliable member of our laboratory workforce, and the lab wouldn't be the same without him. So there's an unknown data conflict with that. His tasks are specifically arranged to support the team around section CMB of the Watergate product line, which are assigned to further develop Watergate products on the one hand and explore and research potential new pharmaceuticals on the other. Let's see, so roster. Let's see, employee presence logged in. Okay, Thursday, April 13th, he didn't log in. So let's check that. Maybe that'll reveal the conflicted data chunk. Meaning he skipped work, just like that? I don't believe it. Maybe he forgot, or this was intentional. We need a clear statement of where he was, what he did. I agree. Well, let's keep looking. Your profile. Your messages? Okay. Dear Watergate employee Ilya Vart, you are receiving this memo because you did not log in during your scheduled shift yesterday on Thursday, April 13th, 2017. Please provide a statement describing the reasons for your failure to log in ASAP. If you fail to do so by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, which is already passed, you will receive an immediate termination of your employment contract. His computer's not on, is it? It is on. Oh, it is on. Let's, I'm going to go ahead and finish reading this. I'm not going to drag any data chunks, though. Furthermore, it has come to the attention of management that critical medical supplies are missing from our local inventory. According to our internal auditing team, the following supplies are currently unaccounted for. Spyron 31 units, 26 units of Zamarolinite, 52 units. Is he selling the drugs? We urge you to help clarify the circumstances of your own presence as well as the disappearance of these medications. The date of removal has been pinpointed to Thursday, April 13th, 2017. As you're aware, our inventory team is stringent when it comes to recording all products coming into the warehouse and all of those that are signed out for either sales or humanitarian efforts. These packages need to be accounted for as soon as possible. Thank you. That's very suspicious. Okay, so need my report now. Ilya, I need the report about my findings on the nutritional paste test by the end of the day. It needs to be submitted to the head of Section B tonight so they can go over the test results and bring them to the department heads meeting tomorrow. So this is from April 10th, so like 4 days ago. Ilya, sorry I won't have time. My work on production and testing for the next supply drop for the armed forces takes priority. What? The order is much bigger than we anticipated. Since when do you make those calls around here? I'm your supervisor. So let's see. He does have a supervisor. I'm aware of that. This is more urgent. Look, I don't know what's up with you lately. You've been coming in late. You've been back chatting. You also keep swapping shifts on short notice, which continuously causes confusion. Should be the one that's... Yeah, okay. That's the one that's in conflict, right? I know who your brother is. With this crap that's going on around here, the last thing the Watergates will want is a brother of a radical free speech writer working in Section C. Don't make me send you back to that refugee camp you crawled out of. Ilya says, if you fire me, it will take you months to find a new assistant and you will fall way behind schedule. The army isn't going to be happy with that news. So go on, keep sending these idle racist threats, wasting my time. Time I could be using to finish up that report you so desperately need. He's so hostile to other people. Matthew says, talk to me like this again, you'll get a written warning. Give me that report as soon as possible. Ilya says, sure thing, boss. And we have one more. From Rowland Ellison. You smashed me good last night. Congrats again, Ilya. Thanks. It was a pleasure. When have you been so good at HOV? What? I've always been this good, you didn't know it yet? You don't miss a chance to rub it in? No, sir. Oh, by the way, I have a date coming up on April 13th. Could you take my shift from me? I owe you big time. So that's the day he was absent. First you destroy me and then you come crawling for a favor. Another date? Seems you're getting nowhere, my boy. Why bother switching shifts? Yeah, you know, luck at cards, unlucky in love. Will you do it? I would, but Matt would fire us both if he finds out. Seems to have it in for you lately. No problem. We'll just switch unofficially. What Matt doesn't know won't hurt him, right? Won't hurt him. Might hurt you, though. Come on, it's not like it's illegal. We'll just switch off the books. They won't know anything happened. I need to go on the state. Wow, must be an amazing woman. You know what? I'll do it, but you'll seriously owe me for this one. I'll be totally indebted to you. Thanks, mate. So it kind of does seem like he was maybe trafficking in drugs. Let's check out his computer now that it's on. Hob fan. Okay, so this is what they were talking about, Top Deck Lethal. So is this like trading card game, maybe? Whatever it was, he was the winner of it. There's like him being a Vulcan from Star Trek. When we were very young. Okay, that's the two brothers when they're very young. Beach. I don't know who that is. Oh, that's Karen. Why does he have a picture of Karen? Huh. Interesting. We have a style sheet here. Why do we have a style sheet here? What else is in there? A layout. Okay. Oh, he's writing a website. Okay. He's got the lorem ipsum going on. Place your logo here. What else? Text.txt. Counseling page title, Open Soteria. a place for everyone. I'm glad you found my website. I am a professional psychotherapist with a degree in psychology and medicine. I offer advice, mentoring, and support for victims of armed conflict, especially war, escapees, and refugees. Send me a personal message if you would like to talk about your experience. Blog, it always helps to see that you are not alone with your experiences and feelings, knowing that others are struggling with similar issues. Read personal stories of people who contacted me here. All names mentioned below have been changed. All stories published anonymously with the consent of the people affected. That almost sort of sounds like Karen, like a website for Karen, but I don't know. What's in your browser history? How to take down robot dinosaurs in Skyline. Okay. So nothing necessarily interesting, I don't think. And what's in your trash? Overdue rent. Okay, so we do have, let's go ahead and drag your email over. That's going to be important. Dear Mr. Vart, unfortunately we have to inform you we did not receive payment for your monthly rent for the following address. Okay, so that could be important if we drag that over. Rent for the month of March was due March 3rd, 2017. However, our payment records state that the outstanding amount of $865 has not been received. This is the third time your rent's been overdue, so we will forward this matter to our debt collection agency if you do not make payment in the next 5 business days. If you have made payment in the past 3 business days, please disregard this letter. A $30 overdue rent will be deducted from your bank account within the next monthly statement. We would like to take this opportunity to remind you that a failure to pay could result in eviction and court proceedings. Okay. So let's check his bank statement before we jump to conclusions, but I'm starting to get kind of an idea of maybe what's going on. Let's check it. Anonymous transaction? What? Okay. So we're down here at March 28th, where he's late, right? So he hadn't paid his rent. He got his salary. This could be important. Monthly rent. Fetches money from Oak Street ATM regularly. Yeah. An anonymous transaction. That seems mighty suspicious. Like, super, super suspicious. Okay, so the question is, what order do we drag these things in? So I think our payment records indicate, okay, has been overdue on rent in March. So let's drag that over. I think that's important. Meaning Ilya is in need of money. Exactly. You just browse something else. 30 things you did not know about President Kassart. Alright. Okay. So now we look at this. Receives salary. Okay. Pretty meager, if you ask me. This is definitely not how he made enough money to start over. There must be more than that. Exactly. We got a listener. What do we have? Irregularities. Dear Watergate employee Ilya Vart, we have detected irregularities in your section. Please refer to the urgent memo on our internet for full details and issue a statement before tomorrow 8 a.m. Okay, I think that's what we already read, right? We will come back to this. Let's also look at this. Okay, so that's the urgent memo. Need my report now. Has been late for work and swapping shifts multiple times. Let's add this in. Only lately. Did something change in his life? Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? The government. Tonight I shall publish an article regarding Kassart and his lies. I will prove a groundbreaking revelation that the national liar would never write about. It's 10:30 a.m. We gotta be mindful. Okay, so he regularly fetches money. I don't know that that's important. Let's go ahead and drag the anonymous transaction over. So this is the money Ilya was referring to when he spoke about quitting his job, I presume. We must trace the money back to its origin, see where it came from. Have an idea about that, actually. It's going to involve this mysterious missing supplies. Has been urged to help investigate the disappearance of medical supplies. Alright. Let's add that. Let's see if she draws the same conclusion we did. Missing supplies at Ilya's workplace, and it's unclear whether he was there or not. Smells dirty. Exactly. Not to forget, he actually got a bunch of money in his bank account. We don't know quite where it came from. If you could somehow prove Ilya was present and able to steal supplies, we could go for an arrest on him. Check his alibi. Find out what he was doing at the time the supplies disappeared. Okay, let's see. Cassart is a liar. Let's see. Man, this article is just like super, super angry. They're definitely gonna have to like modify that before it can go out. I'm not even gonna read it. It's so bad. Last night, what do we got? Okay. So asked colleague to take his shift. Plan to go on a date. Let's see. Pretty vague plan. See whether you can confirm he was really on a date instead of working. Alright. Because I don't think so. Let's see. Do we have anything from his boss about it? I don't think so. Alright, let's look at our profile. What else do we got? No login detected. Just because he didn't log in doesn't mean anything. Alright. What else do we have? Irregularities. Alright. Is there anything that we can find out for the 14th? Or no, the 13th, right? Operation Flying Dog. He did look that up. That's... oh, this was Raban's PC. I was like super confused. Ilya. Let's look at Ilya's PC. Winner. Is there anything... was there anything in here? Beach. What was in his trash? Overdue rent? It may be important. Let's go ahead and drag his address over. I don't know if it's important, but we got a little time. It just takes 10 minutes. Good. His address might come in handy. I mean, that's what I was kind of thinking. It might. I don't know. What else do we have? His browser history. He didn't really do much on his computer on that day. So I don't know that we have anything useful on his machine right now. Let's see. 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So let's see if we can find something that will be useful. Smart bank. April 12th, he withdrew some cash. I don't know that that necessarily helps. He went to the drugstore. Oak Street ATM. I mean, maybe that's useful. I can't see how that's useful, but who knows? Okay. Not the safest part of town, especially if you're carrying cash. Okay. So we're getting a clearer picture of him. Need my report. Is working on army supplies. Let's add that Matthew is his supervisor. Maybe we can get something interesting there. We got a new headline. Okay. Breaking news. First suspect in connection with assaults arrested. A couple of minutes ago, the Bonton Police Department reported that an arrest in connection with the recent bombings in the capital has been made. A young woman has been brought into custody thanks to investigation efforts of a special task force, police spokesman Kaufman said. How the woman is related to the bomb attacks, Kaufman did not cover. However, it is rumored that the suspect is well known to authorities by other incidents. Okay. I think that's just on there to give us a sense of the time is passing, right? Okay. Leaving the Outer Bonton. Previously assigned to Outer Bonton reception camp after immigrating to the nation. Maybe important? I'm not sure if that's necessarily something that we need to know. Let's go ahead and drag my work on production and testing. Okay, so he's working on army supplies. Let's go ahead and see about that. With the unstable situation in Pargus, it's crucial to keep our peacekeeping troops supplied at all times. Okay, we have something new. You have something in your browser history. Is President Cassart really a mafia boss? My guy. He's just like super bored browsing crazy stuff on his computer. Is there anything else here? After previously assigned to the Outer Bonton reception camp. Okay, let's just go ahead and drag this. Maybe we'll get like a better picture of him, right? One related document. Together with his brother Babad. Makes sense. Okay. What document did we get? Alright. Social security number, date of birth. That could be useful. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe there'll be something else useful. He's a chemistry worker, no occupation, date of registration. Okay. I mean, maybe it's useful. Born in Prava. Is that important? Maybe it gives a better, clearer picture, right? We can see. We're probably running out of time, though. We need to be careful. Alright. What else do we have? Karen's timeline. Is there anything we should... Let's go ahead and drag that onto hers. Let's not put all of our eggs into one basket, because there could be something with Karen also. One related document found. I figured as much. The Rehabilitation Council is responsible for servicing all the refugee encampments nationwide. Okay. What did we got? Okay, let's see how he's doing. Article published scheduled. Oh, okay. So we do have a schedule. Let's see. Is it finished? We know Cassart is not who he appears to be. We know him as this handsome man, waving politely at the press every time the cameras start rolling. He likes spreading pictures of himself helping children or shooting dangerous animals. But behind the facade of the public servant, the hero, the formidable presenter, lies a dark truth that he has never been revealed until now. He owns the media, and he owns the legal system. He has to. His family has been proven to be involved in an international crime network, one that sports a list of offenses that include drug trafficking, prostitution rings, and money laundering. Not to mention that his pocketbook also powers a slew of influential lobbyists that can ensure that Cassart is never portrayed in a negative light. Forget about solving the most destabilizing conflict that our beautiful country has ever faced. Instead, Cassart sits on his butt in his mansion playing virtual golf. Knowing the truth about Cassart and his endless chain of hypocrisy and lies makes it look even more hilarious that he keeps on accusing free thinkers and independent media like us of not sticking to the facts. We always check our stories and our sources are reliable. Okay, so we now know when it's scheduled, so let's drag that. This must be the provocation he spoke about. Whatever our course of action is, we need to take it before 6 p.m. Oh boy, so we got like 5.5 hours. Lovely. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Rehabilitation Council. Okay. What we do. The Rehabilitation Council helps people affected by the consequences of war, especially those who have experienced severe injury, torture, loss of housing and family members, and other possible causes of PTSD. The RC's support is not limited to war zone residents, but also includes medical staff, soldiers, and others who have experienced traumatic situations during armed conflicts. We promote respect for international humanitarian law and are a neutral, independent organization committed to providing psychosocial rehabilitation services for those experiencing the trauma of armed conflict. Our services include assistance with healthcare financing for medical rehabilitation, psychological rehabilitation for PTSD patients, legal services for refugees, Army veterans, and war crime victims, and access to job training and employment. Okay, can we look up our information? Okay, so social worker, therapeutic counselor. I have a feeling we're going to need her pulled up here. We have her address. She specializes in counseling for our Pargesian refugees. Issued work phone, privately owned by employee, UID unregistered, and sent to address. Okay. Well, then let's drag her address by all means. We can't just storm Raban and Karen's home, but perhaps the address will be of other use to us. Okay. We gotta keep an eye on the time. Your personalized news feed. Post-war and psychosocial health, how war survivors experience trauma. The party's new refugee immigration laws will help maintain security throughout the nation. Please welcome our new volunteers at our volunteer briefing event on Monday, April 17th. Let's go ahead and drag that she's a counseling for the Pargesian refugees. We kind of already knew this, but we'll do that. Patient database. Please enter patient's full name or social security number here. Oh, but we know one person's social... Do we know Raban's social security? I don't know. Let's see. Do we have his? It may be on his profile. We'll have to go take a peek. Oh, we do. Okay. So, let's see. Let's enter that in. Alright, Raban Vart, period of treatment, February 10th, 2011 to April 30th, 2013. This patient is inactive. Let's see, designated counselor, Karen Levine Vart. The patient is a Pargesian refugee who immigrated to the nation in February 2011. He was placed in the Outer Bonton reception camp together with his brother. Raban Vart was a school principal and teacher at Prava Secondary School in his hometown until unrest in Pargas reached a new peak in late 2010 and his school was demolished in a bombing. Mr. Vart was severely injured and lost his ability to walk. Subsequently, he escaped Pargas to seek asylum in the nation, accompanied by his brother Ilya Vart. It has been exceedingly difficult for Mr. Vart to process the events that took place at his school, and he has been suffering from recurring nightmares of the bombing. He feels deeply responsible for what has happened, but is unable or unwilling to describe the exact events. He is reclusive and aggressive when being confronted with questions regarding the incident. Mr. Vart's application for permanent residency in Bonton City Center was not granted, and he will remain in Bonton Reception Camp for an indefinite amount of time. Weekly counseling has been prescribed, as well as sleep-inducing drugs, in order to provide treatment against the insomnia. Painkillers have also been prescribed against phantom limb pains in his numb legs. Okay. Let's check out Ilya, because I kind of bet that that he's in here too. Let's see. This patient is inactive. Okay. We can drag that over. Ilya Vart immigrated to the nation in February 2011. He was placed in the Outer Botan reception camp together with his brother, Raban Vart, who is the only known family member. Mr. Vart fled his hometown in Prava to escape the Pargesian War after his brother Raban had been severely injured during a bombing. Mr. Vart had been taking care of his brother with great devotion. However, since his arrival, Mr. Vart has shown signs of severe stress and trauma. His symptoms include anxiety, nightmares, insomnia, and lack of appetite. Maybe we can get a medical record from that. Mr. Vart will temporarily remain in Outer Botan reception camp. His application to gain more permanent form of residency in Botan City Center was not granted. Mr. Vart will receive weekly counseling, so it's like the same thing, right? Let's go ahead and drag this over, and then we'll drag his symptoms over. Quite unsurprising. Ilya's support should be terminated by now. Alright. Let's see. Can we get a related document? No. Okay. I'm not so sure I believe that is the thing. So we need to find that data chunk. Issued work phone. Privately owned by employee. UID unregistered and sent to address. Okay. I guess I really don't know. We'll drag this over just so we have a full picture. Well then, let's find out what's so therapeutic about Karen. I guess so. Alright, do we have, let's see, do we have, what about Oleg? Did we have his social security number? We have his mobile. I don't know that we had, he is deceased, indeed. Alright, about, okay, so I think we got all of that information. There's more about Raban. He feels deeply responsible for what has happened. Behaves reclusively and aggressively. That could be important. I mean, we might as well add it, right? Let's see. I get he isn't very fond of that memory, but how can he be responsible for what happened? Maybe he did something. Like, I'm starting to wonder if maybe he's not as innocent as he lets on. What else do we have? Date of registration. I don't know if that's important. Maybe? I'm not sure. Let's see, what else do we have? That could be important, but I'm not sure. What else is on Karen? I don't think... Oh, it's just a picture, right? I'm not dragging the picture over. The picture... Actually, in fact, I can probably... Let's see. Let's disable that. I'm not wasting my time dragging a photo over. Okay. Employer, Ilya Vart. Date employed. I don't know that that's necessarily important. We still need to figure out what happened here. Let's disable this, because we don't care about this. Okay, Ilya's timeline. We have his birthday, his interests. What else? I don't think there was anything else. I'm still single. No chance. Maybe would be important. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure something out. People's voice. What do we got that's actually here? Supported by Angels of the Nation. Is being funded. We've already submitted that. He's the lead editor. I mean, maybe we need to add that. We know that and we're taking it for granted, but maybe the fact that he's moonlighting or something could be important. But I think she already knows this, right? 140. Okay. What else do we have? Upload Perco leaks? Official operations. Do we know of any official operations? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think any of this is gonna help. People's voice. Please upload them here. I don't know that we have anything that would be useful there. Karen's timeline. It talks about her birthday. I think that's... I organized this get together specifically. Is a deserted arm is count. Okay, okay. Let's drag that. Maybe it's useful. We'll drag this because I'm not sure. One related document. Okay. A deserter? That's unusual. Deserters aren't granted social support easily. In fact, due to the safety bill, they aren't even prohibited from it. Or they are even prohibited from it. It's even stranger since Karen is tasked with taking care of Pargesian refugees primarily. Perhaps she's counseling this deserter illegally. We should have a look into the matter. I'd recommend you search for official documentation on this veteran. Files, schedules, everything you can get your hands on. Report anything that seems fishy about this veteran to me immediately. Alright, let's see what we can find out. Karen's album. Insert the name or address here to search through your album. Okay. These pictures are marked as public. Everyone on hologram can see that. I'm not putting that up there. Thank you for the beautiful flowers, everyone. Awesome street art in Bonton. We have the power to love each other no matter what. Just getting started at Bonton Rehab Council's summer get-together. Come by and bring your kids. Refugees welcome. Okay. So I guess let's just start searching addresses and see if we have anything useful. Okay, these pictures are marked as private. Only you can see this. We look genuinely happy. The perfect couple finally moving in together. Life was simply wonderful and seemed as if it couldn't get any better. Was it true? He always used to tease me while I was on the phone. He hasn't done that for a long time now. Oh, that could be useful. Because it's on the sticky note here. Excellent. Alright, what did we get? Ah, okay. What do we have? Contacts? We have Ilya's number. Let's go ahead and add that. We're at 2 p.m. Well, let's hear what Ilya has to say. Okay, who else do we got? Anything? Nothing else. Calendar. Patient session, Sophia Rajic. April 10th. Oh. Had a patient session scheduled with Ilya Vart for the evening of April 13th. But he's supposed to be inactive. Really? That's interesting. Why have a session with an inactive patient? There's something not quite right here. Yeah, exactly. That's my thinking too. Hey, my love. Hello, dear. I'm super busy right now. Can't really text. I'll catch up with you later. Love you. Bill, are you awake? I need your help. Think I'm having a panic attack. Can't breathe. Okay, I'm here for you, Bill. Are you alone? No, but I can't wake up my wife. What should I do? Everything is going to be fine, Bill. Think about what we talked about. This is a temporary condition. There is nothing to be afraid of. This will pass. I know this is very hard, but try to breathe slowly and consistently. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, just like we practiced. It's not working. I'm so scared. Please help me. Count to 4, Bill. Breathe in and out, just like we practiced. Are you still there? Do you want me to call you, Bill? No, my wife will hear it. I think it's getting a bit better now. Try to think of something soothing. I know this might sound generic, but try to think of a place where you feel really safe. We'll have to talk about this in our next session, but this can really help. Yes, I think I feel better, a bit better now. Gosh, I feel so stupid. It really helps to chat with you, though. Thank you so much. You're a real lifesaver. Don't feel stupid. Everything is going to be okay. In case the feeling comes back, you can also contact me via my UTEL, Karen Levine. Thank you. All right, we're definitely dragging that, because who knows what else we'll find. All right. The session didn't go too well today. Is there something you'd like to get off your chest? Just have a lot on my mind right now. I understand. I was honestly hoping you'd let me help you a bit more for once. Molly, you can't help me. You know that's not true. I have dealt with a lot of cases. Many of them were war veterans like you, even if they weren't dishonorably discharged. Okay, so you have no idea. Looking forward to our session on the 13th. Would be great to catch up on how things are going for you lately. You sure? I can only meet super late. Need to work beforehand. That's no problem. Whatever. Okay, so on the 13th. That's interesting. Molly. That's at least part of her name. Good work. Looking forward to our session on the 13th. Right, exactly. Wait. The appointment she had scheduled at the same time was with Ilya. Exactly. Karen had a session scheduled with Ilya at the same time she was supposed to meet this Molly. That sure sounds like a cover. We need to find out whether there's a legal record of this Molly in Karen's files. If not, she will be in serious trouble. But I doubt you'll find anything with just Molly. We need a full name first. Molly messaging Karen. Okay, yeah, let's check this out. All right, so we're finally getting some messages. Where are you? Can you please get back to me? Hello? Now we have Molly. Oh, hey, Karen, what is it? We had a session scheduled for this morning, remember? I forgot, sorry. Can we reschedule? You forgot? You can't just forget we had our session. This is serious. Had to work urgently at Circle Mall. It just came up. We've already rescheduled it before. Yeah, because you suddenly wanted to. Hey, Everett, welcome in. I can't shift stuff around like you can. I have to take work when it's an offer. Working again? How long this time? 10 hours? 12? What about your kid? He needs his mother. Listen. Are we living in an Orwellian world? Yes, we are. Listen, you don't have children. You have a good job. You have no idea what's like. Zero. Don't you dare judge me again about not being there for my son. I wonder if this is the lady from the first game that we accidentally got killed, because she had a child too, and she had to go to the Circle Mall. You're right. I don't know what it's like for you. Sorry, but only because you're being so reclusive. You're pulling out of everything slowly, steadily, stonewalling. It gives me nightmares because it's my duty to help and I can't fulfill it. We should sit down and talk about what's going on with your life for once. We did already. What's she gonna say? When I wrote you on that counseling website of yours, you said you were able to assist me. But nothing is different. Talk is all you do. And taking photos, even though I said no. Nothing gets any better through that. I'm done talking. Got work to do now. Oh boy. So no more sessions. Noted. And for the record, I'm not waiting for you to come back. Good. Wow, that ended hostily. It seems like a new hashtag is trending on Blabber. You're going to love this one. Have a look. Oh boy, what now? The people's reaction to the people's silencing? People's voice. Interesting that your wife is conducting private counseling sessions with National Army veterans. Unofficially, because officially she is meeting your brother. What? What else is she trying to hide? Or should I say, what are you, the people silencing? Didn't you say you were against the National Army? How is this trending? Don't listen to the trolls. I know your wife is a good person, ready to help anyone, even the enemy. This has nothing to do with silencing anyone. People's voice. I don't see what all the fuss is about. Re the people silencing. Bond didn't do anything wrong, and he is not responsible for his wife's secret meetings. What in the world? How did that get out? Oh, man. Okay, so let's think. We weren't even done looking at addresses, right? So what else do we have? Never managed to get him away from this place. I don't think he even noticed me taking his picture. Alright. What other addresses do we have? Anything? Let's see. Do we have any other addresses here? I don't think so. Those are dates. Just quickly look through our info. Nothing. Okay, so nothing on Raban. What about Ilya? We do have an address here. Let's see what we have here. No images. Okay, no images match that location. Okay. What else? Oak Street. Is that an address we can put in? I don't know, maybe. Okay, so no images match that. I don't know if those use up my time or not. I didn't notice. Let's see. Do we have an address for Oleg? I'm curious. We have this. I'm curious if she has photos for this. Okay, so no addresses for Oleg. Okay, so that's fine. And we don't have any other people right off the bat. Okay. So do we have anything else that we need to add here? I don't think so. All right, let's continue looking. New portrait. We did drag that, and that was the only thing that we cared about. Okay. Let's go back to this. Didn't she? Oh, no, it's on her computer, right? Let's keep reading these, right? Singular, hey there. We're happy to inform you that your friend has accepted your promotional code for Singular. You will immediately receive 2,000 love credits. Hey, you. Hey, what's up? Just wanted to see whether the website set up for you is still running. Okay, that could be interesting. Yeah, all good. This is between Karen and Ilya. So, guess I totally forgot to even thank you for it. How about catching up for a coffee sometime? Great to hear it's all good. You don't need to thank me. Come on, Ilya, it's the least I can do. Well, I won't say no then. Maybe we can also go for a round of HOB if you like. Sure thing. So this was March 20th. April 2nd. Hey! Ilya, not here, okay? Okay, sorry. Huh. Interesting. I wonder what that's about. Thank you for everything. New glasses, what do you think? Who is this? Rita's new glasses? She has no, like... Okay, we don't have anything official here. Let's go back. Do we have a Molly in here? Any Molly? I'm not seeing a Molly. Well, there's Molly right there. I don't know if that... There's no last name there, though. Patient database. Full name or social security number here. How are we gonna get that? When I wrote to you on that counseling website of yours. Okay, so this will be the one that Ilya was talking about, right? Our own counseling website? That could mean Karen is moonlighting. We could be able to find that website, but we need a bit more information on it yet. Okay, so What did we just get? In need of your advice? This is from Raban to David Johns. Okay. Dear David, you have always stuck to me throughout so many years and never let me down once. This is why I turned to you. I have the feeling you're the only person I can fully trust. I'm at a loss. Karen, my wife, and I, there's been so much distance between us recently, and it's only growing. She's spending so much time with her job, she seems almost obsessed with it. And I with mine, admittedly. Today I get to read on Blabber, of all places, that she's been spending her time not even officially for her counsel. No, instead she's been working in secret. I don't quite know what to make of that. It could be well-placed defamation. I am used to that, as you're aware of, but something tells me there's more to it. I feel that I am lacking the strength to continue with what I'm doing. The road to achieve a truly free, peaceful Pargus seems further away than ever. I need your advice. Tell me, am I still on the right track? Huh. That's interesting. Alright, so let's go back to her Sky chat, right? It was her chat with Ilya. The website I set up for you. Okay, so let's drag that onto Ilya's and see if we can find it. Maybe? So Ilya set up her website. We may very well be able to find some more information on it through Ilya's files then. Okay. This we knew. Oh. Stuff 2. Counseling page title. Open Soteria. Okay, so we already knew this, actually. Now we can drag it, so that's fine. We now know the name, and it's 320. Related document found. Open Soteria. Good work, though. Seems not even her husband is aware of this little side business she has built up there. We have something on listener. We got a response. Raban, your recent experiences with your wife must be wearing you down, I understand. I have no doubt your wife will understand the efforts you have put into your campaign the moment it is fruitful. And fruitful it will be. You have taken the first steps, and you are about to take another. Of course, I cannot tell you whether the allegations spreading on Blabber against Karen are true. You need to find that out for yourself. But it is, for sure, revolutionaries. Those who speak true and all their loved ones around them have always been the first targets to be hit by any oppressive regime. Be watchful. You must see through what you've started. We believe in you. Oh boy. So let's see, what did we come up with? Open Soteria. I'm glad you found my website. I am a professional psychotherapist with a degree in psychology and medicine. I offer advice, mentoring, and support for victims of armed conflict, especially war escapes and refugees. Send me a personal message if you would like to talk about your experiences. Okay, so let's read the stories. It always helps to see you're not alone with your experiences and feelings, knowing that others are struggling with similar issues. Read personal stories of people who contacted me here. All names mentioned below have been changed. All stories are published anonymously with the consent of people affected. Alright, so my daughter stopped talking. I'm a Pargesian refugee and crossed the border to the nation about 9 months ago. I decided to escape the war and flee with my 3 children after my husband was shot by a sniper. The journey was long and arduous, but we managed to get to the nation in good health. Unfortunately, my daughter Dara has gone through a huge change since then. She used to be a very lively child. She really loved her dad. She misses him a lot. She has not said a word since we left our home. She will neither speak to me nor any of her siblings, or anyone else that I know of. I'm really worried and am desperately searching for help. Hi, Andelka. You and your family have gone through a very rough time. Losing your husband and then having to escape to a foreign country must have been an extremely difficult experience for all of you. I would first and foremost advise you not to pressure your daughter. She needs time and space to process her grief and the changes you are all adjusting to. Try to give her as much attention as she needs and create an atmosphere in which she is heard if she chooses to speak, but also respected if she does not wish to. Openness and attentiveness are key. Now, I know this is extremely hard for a single mother, especially since you have several children who will be adjusting to their own ways, not to mention that you yourself must deal with the massive life changes that have occurred. So take your time and try to deal with these issues one at a time. Also remember that listening to your children is sometimes the best thing you can do. I bombed Triflith and I can't stop hearing the explosions. I served in the Pargesian War for 1 year and was sent home because I was injured by a hand grenade. I was very lucky to survive, and though my hearing will never be 100% again, I was even luckier to get out of the war without any major issues, at least not physically. Ever since I got back from Pargus, I have not slept through a single night. I still hear the explosions. When I was sent to the conflict zone, I was responsible for dropping the bombs on Triflith. I can't get over the damage that I've caused and don't really have anyone I can talk to. My family is very proud and never stop mentioning what a great national hero I am. But I don't feel like a hero. I feel like a murderer. Every night I lay awake, wondering how many people I killed with my bombs. Were they terrorists? Were they just normal people living their lives, terrified of what was going on in their home? Did I kill any children? I don't know. All I know is that I wish I had never participated in this war. I wish I had realized there would be no winners, only losers. Dear Bill, you have been through an extremely traumatizing situation, one that no small amount of training could have prepared you for. Participating in war is an experience that is very much out of this world for us, especially when compared to our comfortable everyday lives. The acts of violence on the battlefield are an extreme contrast to the calmness of home life. It is common for soldiers to experience dissonance between the horrific acts of war and life back home. In your case, this is increased by your family's expectations, who want to frame you as the heroic soldier, which is obviously making you very uncomfortable. My advice to you is to try to get long-term help from a psychotherapist like me, who is experienced in treating soldiers. You must feel very isolated and alone right now since you want to meet your family's expectations on the one hand, but you have a huge psychological burden of guilt on the other, which you should not carry alone. I was flushed down the toilet of life by the government. This is Molly from Bonn, okay? I am a veteran of the Army of the Nation. My career was promising. I served for 6 years, was in charge of my own squad, and was a well-respected combat engineer. I was dishonorably discharged in 2011, shortly after I went AWOL because of personal issues. I think this is her. I was sent back to the nation as a deserter and flushed down the toilet of life by the administration of the Army, the government, and their safety bill. Since then, I have been working low-wage jobs, live in a crappy apartment in the industrial quarters, and can hardly afford daycare for my son. After many years, I realize now that the causes I was fighting for in the Army were an illusion. I don't want my son growing up in the country that doesn't respect its own people. They have not only flushed me down the drain, but the whole country. This government sucked up all of my vitality just to spit me out again. All I am left with is anger and a huge urge to keep my son safe from all of this. Dear Molly, first of all, thanks for reaching out to me. I know how hard this must have been for you. Although I feel you're up to your neck in defecation, to use your own metaphor, I believe you're actually handling this with a strong will. That strength protects you and your child from giving into this huge disappointment you are currently experiencing. You feel betrayed by your country, and you are angry that they sucked all the life out of you just to abandon you after you dedicated 6 years of your life to them. But don't forget, you were responsible for climbing the ranks in the Army. No one else. It is your dedication to the service and the skills you displayed that made you fit to have such a high position. While your Army record may be a burden when looking for employment right now, you are clearly an intelligent woman who must persevere. I believe that your previous skills will eventually help you to get your life on track. In the meantime, please stay in touch. And Molly, I will make sure you receive an appropriate counseling. Since you are also from Botten, I would like to offer you an opportunity to meet so I can assess your case in person. Promise to organize counsel for Molly. Okay, that's great, but I don't know that that is something we need to drag over. Howdy, Sotera. Okay, so this is obviously the email we want. I want to look at some of these other ones to see if there's anything interesting. This is from Diane Coleman. Hello, I'm contacting you because I'm seeking help and I really don't know where to go. My husband gets drunk nearly every night and becomes really aggressive towards me and our daughter. Last night he hit her so hard we had to bring her to the hospital. I know he doesn't mean it, and I strongly believe that deep down he's a good person. I still love him, but I'm also very worried about Carla, my daughter. Could you please give me some advice on how to deal with him so he doesn't keep getting so angry? Get out of the house and take your child? Hi, Diane. I'm very sorry, but I cannot help you. My website only deals with victims of armed conflict and ex-soldiers who are dealing with war trauma. Your case is too off-topic for me. I am sorry. Wow. Way to not offer anything helpful. Bill Patterson. Dear Miss Soteria, I need help. I'm quite desperate. I keep replaying the traumatizing experiences I had in the Pargesian War. I'm fully aware that this is probably some form of PTSD, but counseling's out of the question for me. I don't want my family to know that I am weak and that I'm facing these kinds of issues. Your site was recommended on many other boards about PTSD and would therefore like to talk to you about how to deal with my problems. Okay, so that was Bill from her phone, right? Dear Bill, my first recommendation would be not to self-diagnose. Whether you are suffering from PTSD or not, well, that is something that trained professionals can help you define. It would be helpful of you if you sent me some of your specifics with your actual problems. What are your symptoms? What do you think is the cause? I can only help if you provide me some more information. Dear Miss Soteria, during the Pargesian War, I was part of the 102nd Bomber Regiment. I am unsure of how many people died because of my actions, and I most likely will never find out. Let's see. I was part of the 102nd Bomber Regiment. I'm unsure of how many people died because of my actions. I most likely will never find out. However, I'm suffering from severe insomnia, laying awake every night wondering how many lives ended at my hands. I'm just so tired. I really need help. Please help me. I can't do this anymore. Dear Bill, it's okay. I'm here for you. These thoughts and symptoms are very common for someone suffering from PTSD. To make a diagnosis, however, I would need to assess you further. Your story is a common one, and I was wondering if you would be willing to let me publish it on my blog to help others navigate the same issues you're experiencing. Of course, I would keep your name out of the story, making it completely anonymous. Dear Miss Soteria, I'm not too sure about publishing my story on your blog. Perhaps you could recommend me a therapist who would consult me via phone calls. My main concern is that my family will find out that I am suffering, and with the state of the world right now, they need me to be strong. Dear Bill, I urge you to let me publish your story. I promise your family will not find out. It will be very valuable information to anyone sharing similar experiences to yours. As a soldier, you must be a man who is devoted to public service. Publishing your story will provide an excellent support piece to help your fellow ex-soldiers feel that they're not alone, that they can also seek help, that they can be functioning members of society again. Let me publish it, and then I will help you find a therapist who is able to counsel you discreetly. Dear Miss Soteria, all right, I give you permission. I am really desperate, and at this point, I would do almost anything to make this stop. But please make sure my family doesn't find out. This is really important to me. That's great, Bill. I promise you will not regret this. Oh boy. Let's see. I'm worried about my daughter. Hello, Soteria. I'm very worried about my daughter. I think she urgently needs counseling. She has not spoken a word for about 3 months, and I don't know what to do about it. So this is the other case we were reading about. Hi, Navina. Could you give me more details about your daughter? Is there any reason you could imagine why she stopped talking? I can only help you if you give me more details. I feel like she's just fishing for like it doesn't seem like she's actually trying to help people necessarily. It seems like she's striving for personal glory. In December last year, I tried to immigrate to the nation. I am from Pargas and left the country with my 3 daughters because I wanted them to be safe. Hello, Navina. Thank you for the additional information. It seems this experience was rather traumatizing for your daughter. What were the exact circumstances of your departure? How did your journey go? What about the children's father? Did he stay in the country? Dear Soteria, my husband was killed shortly before we left. It's very hard for me to talk about this, especially to a person I do not know. Would it be possible for you to meet me in person? Your help is much appreciated. Dear Navina, I appreciate your trust. Please be aware that I am doing this in my free time, and unfortunately I do not have much capacity to meet people in person. But you just wanted to meet the other guy in person. That's so weird. I do find your story very interesting, though, and would love to publish it on my website. It will be entirely anonymous, and your real name will not be associated with the article. I think your story would be incredibly valuable and important for people who went through similar experiences and are in need of comfort, knowing that they're not alone with their problems. I have a suggestion for you. How about I conduct a telephone session with you right now, or a phone session with you, and we go through the options together on how to help your daughter. In return, you tell me a few more details about your reasons and experiences for fleeing from Pargas, and allow me to publish your story on Open Soteria. I promise that you will not regret it. Hello, Soteria. Interesting is, well, an interesting description of something that possibly traumatized my daughter permanently. I am really not keen on publishing my story. I don't know what it would do to my daughters if they found out. However, I am rather desperate and worried about my youngest one. I will therefore say yes to your offer, hoping that you will be able to help. Don't disappoint me, and don't you dare use my real name. Please also change times and places. My husband was shot by a soldier of the nation. He died before my daughter's very eyes, and since then she has not spoken a word. Neither to me nor my other children. She has become extremely reclusive and has completely stopped playing. She is 7. I'm very desperate and do hope you can help us. Thank you for trusting me, Navina. I will not disappoint you. Alright, and now for the one that we really wanted to find out about, Molly. Hello, psychology person. I'm having some psycho problems. Since you seem to have some sort of psychology degree, I figured you might be able to help me. Molly. Dear Molly, what an odd request. You sound like you don't really want to talk to me. What are these psycho problems you're experiencing? Looking forward to your response. Hi, Soteria. I have insomnia. I'm constantly in pain. I work a low-wage job, which frankly is beneath me. I can barely afford daycare for my son. All of this because the government in that safety bill. It stops people like me from succeeding in life after the service. I'm not sure you can help me, but I'm running out of alternatives. Dear Molly, okay, now we can start digging. Issue number 1, insomnia and pain. How long have you been suffering from insomnia? Was there an incident in your life that you think may have triggered this? With the pain, is there a physical injury you're suffering from, or is it just general pain? How does it typically affect you? Issue 2, low-wage job and income. Could you tell a little bit more about your experience and qualifications? Did you complete secondary school, college? What career path did you have previously? Issue 3, finding the right person to speak to. I believe you already have. I'm more than qualified to offer you support, but if you find that this doesn't work out, I can direct you to someone else who is more suitable to your needs. Hi. Alright, I've never done this before. I was a combat engineer, a veteran in the army of the nation. They kept telling me what an invaluable soldier I was. I believed them, holding my head high and serving their needs. No questions asked. And then I lost the only person I ever loved. He was part of my unit. It felt like my heart had been sucked out of my chest, squeezed through a hole in the size of a pinhead. After I lost him, I didn't care about anything. I left my regiment and was discharged for being AWOL. Then my son Michael was born. I had to pick myself up no matter how I was feeling about the loss of his father. I needed to be strong, but I'm not strong. I'm still suffering. If it wasn't for my son, I would never have reached out to you. I have never spoken to anyone about this, and quite frankly, viewing your website, I feel like it was a kindergarten for crybabies, but I guess everyone is seeking some help. I need yours. Hello, Molly. Insults aside, I think it is quite typical of ex-soldiers to feel that self-help and psychotherapy shows weakness. I find it quite interesting that despite your doubts and prejudices, you chose to reach out to me. This is no small feat. In fact, it shows that you're determined to face your issues and better yourself, no matter how difficult that may be. You are on the road to healing. The feeling of loss, this overwhelming tide of emotions that you're experiencing, it sounds like you're suffering from PTSD. Post-traumatic stress syndrome is a common condition that many former ex-soldiers suffer from after experiencing a great deal of trauma during the war. The good news is that with counseling, the symptoms of PTSD can be treated. How about I offer you some private sessions free of charge? In exchange, I would like to publish your story, anonymously of course, on my blog. Female soldiers are so rarely spoken about, and I feel that your story in particular would be extremely valuable to other former servicewomen who feel they cannot speak up. Fine, I don't like the idea of sharing my story, but I also can't afford treatment. So long as it's 100% not anonymous, I consent. Dear Molly, I'm so glad you're willing to share and help others who really need support. I promise that I won't let you down. I'd like to focus on your remarks about the safety bill in my article because the political criticism is sure to fuel some discussion. But to be sure I get your story right, I think it'd be best if we meet in person, take time to talk things through, even take some photos if that's okay. I would like to suggest the cafe at Freedom Plaza for the meeting. That should make a fine setting for the article with some political punch behind it. We can meet there if it helps the article, but no photos from me. Keep me anonymous. I promise to keep you out of everything I write on here. See, she wanted to meet with some people, but not, like, only people that, like, furthered her goals here, right? Let's go ahead and drag that one. Freedom Plaza, everyone's favorite meeting place, apparently. Well, not anymore after yesterday's bombing, I suppose. Exactly. Okay, so that's all of her messages. What else do we have? Is there anything else that we can see? I guess we'll go ahead and drag this. That she's a professional psychotherapist. Alright. Now we need to look on Ilya's PC because he had information about, well, that gave us the name of her website, right? Was there anything else that we needed to see there? How's her history? It was stuff too, right? So like this is her website. Okay, so all right, do we have anything else here right now? We have personal stories. What else did we have? There was something else to drag down. Molly, I will make sure you receive appropriate counseling. I mean, let's drag that because we're trying to find information about Molly. I guess it's time for us to find out whether she lived up to that promise. I mean, I don't think she did. Oh, we got something else. Cassart is a liar. Oh, we've added to it. Oh boy. What is he doing? He's adding even more stuff to the article. It's going to be quite interesting when it's done. Okay. Man, I feel like I want to like take a pause here and kind of digest everything we've learned. Like right now, I don't know who we want to trust. Who is in the wrong here? Ilya seems to be peddling drugs for money, according to what we're seeing. And Karen seems to be involved in some kind of side business. Maybe they're in something together. I don't know. Something is definitely suspicious here. We need to keep digging, but I think we're going to do that in the next episode. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this one. If you like this kind of content, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. If you want to watch live, we're on Twitch at twitch.tv/Liara27. I have my schedule posted in the about and in the description, and if you want to see which games we're playing each day, I post them on x.com/Liara27. And I hope you'll join me in the next one. Until then, guys, bye. All right, well, that was a lot of fun. Hope you guys had fun with that one. But of course, you know, that is going to be it for now. We are going to be back here tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be playing King's Quest VII first, and then afterwards, around 9 or so, we're going to swap on over to Phasmophobia. So it will be all kinds of fun. We're going to be checking out the weekly challenge there. So I'm excited to see what that is all about. But that will be tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Right now, let's see. Why don't we give Fun Buddy Doge a raid? He is playing Subnautica, looks like, according to his thing. Yeah, I guess it is Subnautica. It looks a little weird, but yep. Oh, it's Subnautica Below Zero, that's why. Okay. So anyways, he's playing that, so we'll go say hi to him. But thank you everybody who spent time today. I hope you're enjoying the story. We will definitely be continuing it on. And just thank you everybody so much, and I appreciate everybody, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Central. Until then, guys, bye.